Hey there!
How you doing?
My name's Tyler.
And I'm Jeff.
And we both have the pleasure of taking Individual, Community, and Nation.
It's a fantastic class.
What a class! What a class. The first class that ever engaged me and encouraged me to learn about myself as the individual, more about my surroundings in a community, and more about the questioning of my nation.
Questioning?
That's right. That's right, Jeff. You know what? How much of a patriot am I, and what is patriotism? Measure communities.
They are.
You got it. What we're going to do today for you is we're going to outline and kind of just, loosely talk about in an intellectual setting about all the novels we learned about, all the movies we watched in class, and you know what? We'll have a little fun while we're at it.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. You'll see some interesting things.
That's absolutely right.
Speaking of interesting, let's go delve right into Handmaid's Tale.
What a good idea.
There was an excruciating amount of rape in that.
And you know what? It was some weird looking rape.
It was some very strange rape, and many people don't realize it was, in fact, rape.
Rape. Don't f***ing look at him! Don't look at him! And what a dystopian society that was.
It was, and it was interesting how they seemed to almost institutionalize rape as opposed to the other books that we saw, like 1984 and Clockwork Orange, especially, where rape was shown as...
It was a bad thing. It certainly was something that should be utilized widespread.
And that's why, that's almost why it was one of the reasons he was thrown in jail.
Yeah.
And in A Handmaid's Tale, there's just so much widespread use of rape as, a form of brainwashing. Whereas in something like 1984, where they were brainwashing people not to have sex, they were just absolutely institutionalizing.
Yeah, they're two radicals. In A Handmaid's Tale, they were literally, it was extreme gender identity, where they were actually being, there was a lot of, chastised between the different, sexes. And when you look at 1984, they were trying to abolish gender, the idea of gender completely. They want to abolish the orgasm. It's just a weird contrast.
Well, speaking of weird,
The Selfish Gene.
It's a very interesting book.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. The Selfish Gene, what an idea.
Was.
I'm selfish. I don't care about you or anybody, just me. Go f yourself. I will. I'm gonna go over here and reproduce my DNA by myself. This guy's just retarded.
So, The Selfish Gene, what a concept. I'll be dead honest with you, Jeff. I'm gonna lay it there out on the table. That was the hardest one for me to comprehend.
It was, but I think that at the end of the day, what Dawkins was going for was that no matter who you are, no matter what community you're in, the most individualized level of a community, you're still just looking out for your own interests. And no matter what community you might put yourself in, you're still going to be, at the molecular level, you're still going to be very selfish.
Because at the end of the day, you're a replicator. That's your only duty.
Exactly.
God, what a concept.
Speaking of replicating,
Clockwork Orange is going to be the next one we got up here on the list, and my personal favorite, I have to admit.
it was really fantastic. There was a lot of rape in it.
There's a lot more rape. More rape.
More rape.
Right, time for the old in and out, real savage life.
Very savage lot.
Tall Chuck. Right. I'm singing in the rain.
No! Outside of the rape, I think Clockwork Orange had a great message.
That was a fucked up book.
It was. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. I don't think either one of us will.
It was.
But think about the idea that what do we do with people that are clinically insane, that are literally born killers?
Exactly.
Are they human? Should we treat them like humans? How do we treat them?
More importantly, can they be rehabilitated? You have someone like the protagonist in Clockwork Orange who is literally thriving off of killing and raping, and at the end, they try to rehabilitate him. But they've been even rehabilitating something like that.
Exactly. Like they were able to stop him from violence, but then he wasn't himself anymore. He wasn't even who he was.
Is it ethical?
At what cost is it ethical, and should we even? Because then what have they been reduced to?
Speaking of ethics, in 1984.
I love you. Oh, I f***ing love you.
1984, that did it for me. That was, what a crazy idea. You know, you get to the point where you have literally Big Brother over your shoulder with everything you do, and it's completely controlling your life.
Exactly. That film really should have been nominated for an Emmy.
It wasn't. I just assumed it was.
I assume that it wasn't because the acting was
Okay, Mr.
horrendous. I hate horrendous acting.
Yeah, there was some. But you know what? We're not talking about the movie, but the idea of the novel.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyhow, speaking of horrendous things, imagine communities. Maybe not that horrendous, but imagine communities.
That wasn't horrendous at all. God damn, I love America.
No, Sean.
So, yeah, I mean, Imagine Communities has a good, it really does, it points something out to me. Because I'm a patriot, Jeff. I love this country. But when you think about it, how can I love something that big? We're not actually, it's an imagined community, just as the book title says. It's not really real. I don't know, 99.5% of America.
And there's no American gene. There's no biological background, I think is what he was getting at. So there's no biological background.
But I'll tell you one thing that connects all of us, that every American loves. Can you guess it? Can you guess it?
Pornography.
No, that's a good guess. And most of them do, statistically speaking, for this I made up. Sbarro.
Really?
Every American loves Sbarro.
They do.
Absolutely. Go to an airport. What do you see? Sbarro in America. You know it's
That's
American.
very true.
Anyhow, you know what? I had a lot of fun with you tonight, Jeff.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I had a lot of fun with you.
It was a great time, I think.
I feel like there's a lot of good vibes and there's a lot of good intellectual thought and criticism on these novels.
Why isn't there anything written on here?
Because this is all scripted, this is all staged. Anyhow, thanks for joining us. I hope you guys liked it. We spent a lot of time on this.
We did. Next time on National Geographic, the mating habits of the tsetse fly.
Stay classy, San Diego.